This is a friendship that'll never ever end.
Greetings and welcome to Unveiling Reality. How's everybody doing this evening? I'm Winning Reality, here with you for an exciting evening of Town Hall with Trump. Hope everybody's doing well and living well this evening. Say hello to those VIPs, not there in the front row, all over the place. Cool Gamer over on YouTube. How's it going? Cool Gamer. Hey, everybody. Hello, everybody. And Shelly, Talking Trash and Truths. How's it going? So happy that you're here. And to everybody out there on X and Rumble, how you guys doing this evening? I got an added feature. We're gonna start highlighting X and Rumble much more this year on the channel. And so, as you can tell with the thumbnail and other things, you'll be seeing more and more that they're being included as an equal platforms to my original platform here on YouTube. Let me see here, and I'll have to let me get this straight here. Let's see. Hope everybody's doing good this evening. Let's see. I am just making sure that this fits before I show it. All right. All right. So here we go. How does that look? Oh, there you go. We got Rumble chat up with us. So no matter where you are included. X does come through on the chat, does come through on comments here on StreamYards, so I can see that. And now Rumble's included as well. And what we're going to do here this evening is just kind of like walk on into this town hall. I'm looking forward to this town hall because I believe that there's going to be plenty to be heard about, what's going on with the different witch hunts that are happening, as well as the what to expect in 2024 for the campaign. Very interesting times we live in. Very interesting times indeed. We live in a time where some people aren't even sure if there's going to be an election. We live in a time where the incumbent is rumored to be, either dropping out or have a coup running against him by his own party, which, they eat their own. So can't be too surprised about that. And we live in a time where the GOP nominee is the other side's doing everything in their power to make sure that they can't run because they're such a threat to their agenda, which is, to me, is like, probably the highest marks you can get as a candidate. As an anti-establishment candidate, the highest marks you can get is, yes, you are a threat to their entire agenda. And that's why I like you. The number one reason. There's other reasons we have to remember that we have the right guy going for the nomination, is that, we don't ever want to have that party fall back into the hands of the neocons. Yes, the neocons, the dirty bastards that have been ruining the game have been rigging the game for a long time. Of course, they have rigged the game along with the establishment and all the people that control them. So they're not by themselves. However, they are the face of it, right? They are the face of the heel squad. So we cannot ever let that happen again. That ruined generations of people. That ruined generations of people, their perception of the Republican Party and so on. Not that I was ever a diehard party guy on any level, but they did a good job of playing the heels so that these false impressions of the party have been lasting for generations. This shows you the power of controlling the narrative, right? And when you have your own players and they're acting the parts, that you can have your own WWE wrestling match anytime you want to. You just have to be in control of all those things, and then you can arrange it the way you want to too. You can have it look however you want, right? So what's up out there, everybody? We got some chit chat time here, just between us. Before the town hall tonight, we got about an hour before it starts. So I came on early to chat about it, see what you guys think. Now there is also the RNC debate that's going on tonight. However, I opted for the town hall because I think it's going to be much more interesting and enlightening and informative. different for sure, but also because, Vivek wasn't invited to this debate tonight. So he's doing his own town hall over on Tim Pool's show. However, I'm gonna go with the nominee, and then it lasts about an hour. Hey, Bellator, how you doing? Hola. How you doing? How you doing? Um, we we have a then afterwards we may swing over to Tim Pool and Vivek's town hall as well. Catch the end of that. I have a feeling that might be running longer than an hour. We'll see. So, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? All right. So, I think the I think the RNC debate is going to be a snooze fest. Yeah, I do too. Um, it's going to be between DeSantis and Haley, and I think we could have pretty much imagined how it's going to go, especially without any spice added. The only reason is debates have been worth watching is because Vivek adds so much spice to it. I think it's much more interesting both Vivek and trying the fact that well, it's not that he dipped out. They said he didn't have enough support to actually be in the debate. He didn't have 15%, which is odd, but I guess it's because you throw Trump in there, and then that's what it is. So I don't think any of them really have that much support, but we'll see. We'll see. It just goes to show you how many people are still kind of ignorant to the way things work when you can't see the full picture here. They believe that any of these candidates are going to be the same, and it's just not true. Just not true. But that's what they count on. That's what the establishment counts on. It counts on the fact that people aren't educated and aware of how the game works, right? That they play both sides, that the people that are in place on either side are owned by higher ups through many different means. Some are plants, some are co-opted, some are blackmailed. Many different things happen in the nasty world of politics. So that's what that's what they count on. That's what they count on the first veil people. And that's their main go-to. That's what the whole circus is for. The whole circus is for that first veil circus. And the second veil circus is just to discredit people and kind of box them into these wild ideas that never come to fruition. So they just waste their time. They stall out. They live in fear. As the board tells us, oh man, I'm so sorry to hear that. Our condolences. Condolences, condolences. I'm so sorry. May your dad rest in peace. Wishing you the best. Thoughts and prayers with you, for sure. Christie already dropped out. He dropped out earlier. He's caught on a hot mic saying Haley's going to get destroyed. So that was his big exit, getting called for being on a hot mic. So yeah, we're going to be doing that. And until then, it's just chat, whatever. I'll think of things to talk about. The one thing going on is foreseeing the inevitable censorship hammer coming down across the board. For the elections, kind of anticipating that a little bit. So we're preparing by ramping up the other platforms. So I'll be expanding my platforms to other. I mean, expanding my channel to other platforms, and I'll be trying to build those platforms up this year. That's going to be the goal. If it is to continue, it will have to be outward. It's time to branch out. I think I've done well. I could do a lot more on YouTube, but YouTube doesn't want to allow me to do that. They have a very unfair system where they can just pull down videos that have been up for a year with no problem, and I've already passed through approval twice already, and just pull them down again. So, I don't want to deal with shitheads like that, honestly. And for what it's worth, where I got kind of put into the world of YouTube and where I'm at in the world of YouTube, um, it is time to branch out. So with X coming around and Rumble getting better, there's gonna be more emphasis on those platforms. I'm gonna try to make sure that they're just as included and as important as anything else. So really platform agnostic, if you will. Um, but you'll see a lot more pushes to Rumble and X. Well, X and Rumble are always streaming as well when I go live, but I'll be doing a lot more of the core stuff on those channels, and I'll probably leaving a lot more of the entertainment stuff for this channel and for videos, because honestly, this channel was built on video watches, right? That's where all the subscribers come from. And then I have a group of subscribers that are into the live streams, which is a fraction of what the entire subscriber base is. Because I switched from one to the other, so that's why you see the big subscriber count, or I would call it big. It's big for this scene, but it's not that big. Um, Bigger, I should say. um, but the but really, it's just a lot of people who were subscribing for videos. So I need to go back to putting videos out here somehow. I'm going to figure that out this year and be using other platforms for a lot more of the freedom of speech live streams and so on that we have, right? So that's exciting, and to find more ways to integrate them, like putting the Rumble chat up on screen. So when Jacob Castro shows up, we'll be able to see him over there live. But eventually, we switch over and then we go all Rumble, right? All Rumble and X. I don't want to forget X. X is growing. The numbers are getting better and better each time we go live there. So hopefully that picks up as well. I'm not a traditional channel. I'm not a traditional content creator. So, it takes a while for non-traditional things to catch on. So another year, we'll see what happens. We'll do the assessment at the end of next year and see how things are going. But I'm just anticipating a lot of problems with YouTube in the future here. So I'll do what I can over here. But I think that, for the most part, what gets a pass is just more the entertainment stuff. So we'll kind of go with that. And so winning Saturday night will always be on YouTube, and if any other weekend shows pop up. Oh, there you go. See, look, talking trash. She's over an X. See the little X in the corner there. Branching out is good. It's our way to grow. When they keep smacking you down, it's all you can do, though. Yep, all you can do. Yep. Thoughts and prayers with you. Yeah, so we'll do that, and hopefully, as they start to become bigger and better at doing the live stream things on other channels, um, it'll start to make YouTube less significant in terms of that dominance they have, right? It's like you almost feel like you have to do good on YouTube. It's just a weird thing, and it puts pressure on you, man. It really does. It puts a lot of pressure on you, especially when YouTube starts playing their hijinks. They really have a poor system set up in terms of how to deal with incidences, and they think that they're clever, right? But they're not. It's very transparent that they're hiding things when they're censoring, and they just blame it on somebody else. So it doesn't matter though, because it's about them. With me, it's about the message. It's about what I'm talking about it's about getting people aware and involved in their lives and what's going on in the world, letting them know that, that time is ticking and that we don't have time to kind of like continue to frolic um, in such a way, right? Because they will have us, like I said this a long time ago, that they would love to have nothing better for us to stall out and sit here and talk about what's going on that day and never ever look at things long term or how to fix things long term. So this is where my channel differs. This is what the show right here is about. It's really about long term solutions, right? It's about understanding the big picture, everything, how it works, and why corruption is able to persist, right? Why disinformation and censorship and all the negative authoritarian things are allowed to persist generationally. It's not just that we were happen to be alive at the right time. This has been going on for generations. And so we have to understand how they do this generationally and then put in uh solutions that prohibit that remove the consent for these operations that can continuously moving forward after generation after generation. That's the one thing that doesn't happen. We're so busy trying to fight the battles in front of us day in and day out that they'll in that little box of the present, right? They're able to operate and form plans that are decades down the road. 20 Agenda 2030 has been out for a while. It's been out for they'll give yourself a decade. There's an Agenda 2045 too. Um, that's out there, but hadn't been really talked about much, right? That they're planning on going to next. So always be another agenda because they have nothing but time, money, and resources to put their energy into it, which seems overwhelming. But when you realize it's only, figuratively speaking, like with the amount of people in the world, a small handful of people, right? But it's not necessarily just that it's a small handful of people. Um, it's it's um, it's a way of life for them too. So it's about actually not letting them take our work and everything that we try to strive for to make a better world and turn it against us, right? Because that's what they end up doing, taking our labor and then using it against us and to fill their pockets and to then execute their agendas. Taking out simple organizations like the UN, the WEF, and anything with a world in front of it, basically, um, taking these institutions out of power would be the greatest victories we have. These are the ones that fuel and drive everything, even the small things you don't see. The small little outbursts, the veiled agendas, right? That are get this into schools, start pushing this out, start pushing that out. The coordination between the media and themselves and other aspects of the information mind control that they have going on. These are the things that we have to actually put. We can't wait for a politician to do it. If anybody thinks a politician's going to come in here and just finish it, like just have all the answers, we still have to. We still have to fight. We still have to fight. We still have to stop the generational corruption that's happening. And that comes down to us. And that comes down to the way that we live, the things that we know, our ability to get information, to relay information, to be involved in educating others, educating our children, making sure that the children have the best education, that they're not being subverted, they're not being abused, they're not being diverted from a healthy path, a healthy life. Right? These are the things that they use, including division and other mechanisms, to stay in power. Right? And when someone comes along like Trump or a Vivek that rocks the boat, man, you see how they react. Right? It becomes it's hopefully for people that have been here for a long time, it's becoming more and more transparent exactly what they're up to. You can see it more clearly by the time that we've spent together, that it's helped you become more educated and more sophisticated in your ability to discern information and to discern what's going on in this world. I hope that it's been a good thing for everybody. Hey, we got a super chat. Talking trash is true. $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Shelly. Never give up, never surrender, fight the power. Yes. Hey, Daisy. Thank you so much for the super chat, Shelly. I appreciate that. Hey, Daisy. She's waving with her. Look at, hey, it actually came through. Hold on. These are actually coming through. There's look, your wavy hand girl finally came through on the screen. That's amazing. See, things are getting better around here. There's a few minor improvements. Oh shit, right? I know. Look, you can see hearts. You can see things on the screen now. I'm gonna leave that up there for a second. Hi, Daisy. I like your earphones. How you doing today, Daisy? How you doing? Daisy's avatar always reminds me of like a Grateful Dead album. I'm not sure what it is. I've never looked deeply at it. But it just reminds me, when I see it, it reminds me of a Grateful Dead like album cover. Hey, Outpost Nerd, how are you doing? Surviving? Are you surviving? Down there, I heard that you had some power outages, but you're fine now. A tornado went over your house. You got scared. You and your little dog got whisked away to a magical land with. Wait, hold on. No, that was he. Look, it's super sticker. Is this a super sticker though? It didn't show the super sticker. But thank you for the $10. Yeah, yeah. But at least we're seeing the icons now. See, look. Hi, everybody. I'm waving. All right. No, you didn't get whisked away to a fanciful land. Hey, Bellator. Tom Farrell. I love you. Oh, thank you for that. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Appreciate that. That was your stepfather? Cheers to your stepfather. Must have been a very important person to really get care of you. That's awesome. Step parents can make a big difference. Or they can be terrible. But luckily yours was good. So cheers to Tom. Cheers to Tom. Internet's still down, but the lights are on. Or one. The lights are one. They become one. The so how are you like how are you talking to us? Are you hacking into the system? Are you using satellite? Is that what that little thing on your head is for? Right there, R2. R2, fix the hyperdrive. We're gonna need it. Our thoughts and prayers are definitely with you, Bellator. Thanks for coming here and hanging out with us. We'll hopefully we can take your mind off of it the best we can. I might. Is it in Davenport? Maybe. Let's see. 9 to 10. I got my little screen over here. Yeah. Okay. So, what else do I want to put down here? Oh yeah, a couple things I wanted to do. I'll just change that. Okay. So, what do they call them? Rumble subscribers. I don't know how much that is, but what I want to do, Andrews. Okay. Is I wanted to start calling out or at least highlighting subscribers to Rumble because like I said the YouTube thing is not going to do. I don't know if it's going to be a long term, but there you go. See, if you want to add your name to this list right here, right? Then you just go ahead and join on Rumble. I'm not sure what it is. I tried to look to see if I could bring if I could make the price as low as possible. I'm not sure how that works yet on there. I'm trying to figure out where the pricing is for the memberships on Rumble. I think it's kind of automatic from what I could see, but I was messing around with it earlier. And I'd love to have YouTube memberships do really well. And I hope they keep on doing it. I'll add this to this list as well. but I'm working on that. Um, and I don't know if they don't have anything like that on X, so um, that will come around. But yeah, we're sitting here hanging out. The town hall is going to start at 9 p.m. I got it all queued up and ready to go. Um, so when it does start, we're going to be popping onto that. What I am going to do is I'm going to look at that. Hello. Um, we're going to hang out here. Hey, Anya, how you doing? Came to say hi before I go back to bed. Thank you for your stream today, Shelly. I rewatched it. I'll rewatch it if I pass out. Okay, well, there you go. It's in Des Moines, Iowa, Daisy. There you go. So, what I will do is before we go, about 10 minutes before it starts, we'll go to Rumble exclusive, Rumble and X exclusive. I gotta remember to always include the both of them. And we'll just do it like that. So I ain't gonna mess around with YouTube when they're BS. So we'll be doing a lot of kickoff shows, kind of hanging out, talking, doing a lot of the chat stuff while we can over here, and kind of kicking it over there for that. It should be a lot of fun. Let's see. It's 8:30. The Iowa caucus is at 10 p.m. on what? What did it say? It's coming up soon, I guess. And I guess what does it run? It runs really fast and then it goes into and hello everybody on it over there on x.com. Welcome, and I'm so happy that you're watching. Let's see, the town hall will start at 9 p.m. I should put a banner up for that. Let's change this. Starts 9 p.m. Eastern. All right. So we'll just save that right there, and then we'll let that scroll. All right. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we'll be watching the entire town hall, and then after we're done with the town hall, it's a 1 hour. We'll be going to probably watch the end of the Tim Pool Vivek town hall. I just want to hear what the guy who's going to be nominated has to say. I think Vivek did a great job in the debates themselves, representing the anti-establishment mindset and talking about the things that the post-establishment candidates are never going to talk about. So he did a great job filling that role in this debate and this election run. And you know what? There always needs to be a guy like that there. Hey, Turtle Lee over there. All right, there you go. Just made my account to watch this. Thank you. Awesome. Welcome to Rumble, land of the free. So happy that you're here. Mostly not I stayed politics wise mostly. Most likely not. I stayed. Okay. Just trying to figure out who that is. All right. Gotcha. Shelly's having a conversation over there. We can see him. Wolf Room. Hey, how's it going? Wipes his paws, lopes in, and howls. Welcome, Wolfram. How you doing? Ben is who? Ben Shapiro? Who's that? Yeah, so we'll just chat here for a while. My dinner has arrived. Man. But I expect things to really ramp up. I'm really curious about this whole switching Biden out thing. Like trying to switch somebody into his place. Someone said that now I don't know if this is true or not. Did Michelle Obama really say she was running today? Let me see if this is true. God, she's ugly. Sorry. She's not attractive. Hold on. I don't see anything that says that she officially announced it. I heard someone saying that. Let's see. I mean, dude, she's not qualified to do anything but have Barack tell her what to do. Let's see, she's like, she's terrified. Yeah, terrified we're gonna undo your plans, woman. Here, I'll show this article. I'll review the article while we wait. Of course, this will be on CNN too, so I'll get real spicy about this. All right, so she says that she's terrified. Is this what they're talking about? This is she's terrified about this potential outcome. I bet you are because your team sucks. I bet you are terrified. Terrified that all your plans to destroy the country might not go through. Oh, you poor girl. I think. Um, what's going to happen next election? I'm terrified. What could possibly happen because of our leaders? Our leaders matter. Who we select? Who speaks for us? Who holds that bully pulpit? It affects us in ways sometimes I think people take for granted. Yeah, because you think people are stupid. So the fact that people think government doesn't really even do anything. I'm like, oh my God, does the government do everything for us? Cannot take care of this democracy. We can't take care, cannot take this democracy for granted. And I worry sometimes that we do. Yeah, this democracy. It's just yeah, we need a Michelle Obama to tell us what to do. She needs to tell us how, that we take things for granted. She's gonna tell us, nag us. Dude, it'd be horrifying if that woman was president. Horrifying. I mean, at that part, what do? You can't wait another 4 to 8 years. By then things will just be in I mean, like I said, when Trump got in, we were already on the fringe. I'm done reading this. We were already on the fringe. Hey, T-Rex, how's it going? Hello, hello. We were already on the cusp of being destroyed. We're already on that if they had just kept on going with the left-right paradigm, if Jeb Bush had gotten in, and then we would probably be in so many wars right now, much more than we already are. It probably gotten a lot worse, and they would have smashed down let me get rid of this. They probably would have smashed down that's what I'm most worried about, is that they're gonna smash down any ways for us to actually get a chance to run against them, right? Ideally, they just wanna pick the people that you're gonna vote for and be like, "That's it. These are 2 of our guys, pick which one you want." Oh, Ben Carson. Okay. Caucus for Trump, Davenport, Iowa. Okay, I see you. You know, but, because people will just vote by color or by gender or just for an agenda, that's what's worrisome about her running because she'll just float in there on Obama's bullshit. That mind control is still there, believe me. And then, hell, I've had people that tell me that, there are people out there that will just vote based on color. I mean, it's true. You don't want that to happen, but for all those people that are just right now, they're tuned out. They're worried about where to get high next or where to entertain themselves next or how to indulge their vices next. They're not paying attention. They're being told exactly what to do. They think they're free. That's the scary part. That's the sad part. They think they're free, but not the case. Not the case at all. Let's see what Ben Carson has to say here. He's telling a story about Ben Franklin. Let's see that. Okay. Um, Ben Carson just said what you always tell me. Why are we going around creating problems where there's no problems? Yeah, it's true. Every time they say our democracy, all right, mute that. Every time they say our democracy They're really saying they're democratic socialist government. In other words, sedition. Yeah, I know. I know. It gets really irritating listening to that word. Hey, there's Jacob Castro. There you go. See, he's right there. Right there. I can highlight. I can actually highlight him on Rumble. There you have it. Does that come through clear enough for everybody? Probably not. It's what I got to work with right now, though. Can probably make it better. Let me see. Yeah, they do throw that word around, and they count on everybody being stupid and not understanding it. Um, that's the whole gimmick there. It's all about the definitions, man. Definitions of these words. Control of language. I've been saying for a long time, trying to get others to realize what a powerful thing it is. There we go. Is that better? It's a little bit better. Kinda. I'm still working the kinks out on this one. Yeah, that should do it. Try that. Okay, cool. All right. But yeah, it's definitely time to get involved and understand these things. Um, there's that. All right. Yeah, and when they say that, they misconstrue the words. They want to confuse people into believing that it is a pure democracy, a direct democracy. So many of these people like they try to like scoop you in with that direct democracy be bullshit. Where mob rules. Oh, that it'll work great. Like some of these other like ideas that are out there that I don't, I want to vet through all of them again. But the some of these ideas that are out there, and we'll be talking about this on Unveiling Reality as we get into natural law, because a lot of people that are into natural law are into like exactly, no government anarchy in the sense of, anarchic capitalists, I guess they would call themselves, maybe in some sense, maybe not. There seems to be some divergence in that as well, in those terminologies, because a lot of those anarcho capitalists are very radical, very radical. They're very Antifa like, although they don't realize that they're not smart enough to realize they're working for the establishment the entire time. But yeah, they tend to believe that it's just as simple as making everybody behave a certain way. That's the part I don't get. And I'm not calling it out. I'm not trying to dog it out. I'm just saying that I need someone to explain that to me in a way that it makes sense. Like as far as long term solutioning goes, like if the world was not corrupt and everybody was on board and information was clean, I think that stands a chance. But as it stands, I don't think you can have that without really clearing. Hey, Mimsy, how you doing? Here listening. Good. I'm so happy you're here listening. Thank you so much for being here. We're gonna have a good old time tonight. Oh, looks like I'm cutting off words on the chat here. That should be a little better. I think the way I gotta do it last time is I had to do it from this side. All right. Well, that'll work. That'll work. All right, a little bit better. Okay, cool. So yeah, but I need to understand that better. Like I think it's for in terms of like if you that's why I always say you have to get rid of the corruption first. You have to get rid of the cycle of corruption. It just didn't happen like it didn't just like spring up overnight. For a lot of people that are coming into knowledge, like may seem like this is all like, whoa, what's going on? Well, this is the way it's always been. You were born into it this way. That's the conclusion you have to come to is that yeah, you're born into it. It wasn't your fault, but you're kind of here with it. Now that you know, what are you gonna do? Right? That's the key thing. I hope everybody's having a good New Year so far. Supposed to be some like cold weather coming across, I guess, for a lot of people. Some outages and snowfall and all kinds of terrible winter storm warnings happening. Evidently, there was like all kinds of mayhem here yesterday, but I guess I didn't notice it. Meanwhile, there's over there in Alabama holding onto a tree for dear life. All right, let's see what Ben Carson has to say here. I got some food I'm going to eat while we listen. And I know
those are the kinds of leaders that we need. You know, Putin understood Donald Trump. They weren't bosom buddies, but they had respect for each other. And that kept certain things from happening. And if we have weakness, it just invites aggression on behalf of other people. And that's what we have to really begin to think about. I think it's also vitally important that we bring back the family. You know, we have so many things. We have so many things that are against the family, against traditional nuclear families. And that's where your values come from. And we see so many people who don't respect other people because those values have not been passed down to them. And we've got to start doing those things that make sense again. And using our brains again, we say we follow science, and yet we're telling little boys and girls that they may not be little boys and girls. Well, what does science say? Science says if you have two X chromosomes, you're a woman, and if you have an X and a Y, you're a man. End of story. You know, you don't have, are there possibilities of aberrations? Yes. But we don't transform the whole society to deal with an aberration. We recognize aberrations. We will make accommodations for aberrations, but we don't change everything for everybody based on that. That is foolishness. And that is something that Donald Trump realizes. You know, he understands the LGBT communities, but he also understands those who are not LGBT and that they have values and beliefs, and that we should give everybody equal rights, but nobody gets extra rights. And that's how it works.
there you go. Perfect. Yeah, he does sound tired.
Well, the other thing that I just want to mention here briefly is some of the racial strife that's going on in our country today that's being fed to our children, so that little white kids feel guilty. And you can get guilty people to do all kinds of things that don't make sense. And little black kids and little minority kids feel like victims. And if you think you're a victim, you are a victim. You know, my mother came from a huge rural family, was shuffled from home to home, never finished the third grade, got married at age 13, trying to escape dire poverty. They moved from Tennessee to Detroit. Years later, she
Jacob
discovered her
Castro
husband was a bigamist. And
says,
if it was anybody who was a victim, it was her. But
Sticks
she would
Sextonhammer.
never make
Keith
excuses.
Christie is a secret Trump plant. I
And
do
she
respect his
never
perspective, but
accepted
yeah.
excuses from us. And other
I
than
don't
her
know.
pushing our
What is this
academic
guy?
performance, I think that was
Hands
the most
up,
important thing
male
she
symbol.
did for us.
I've seen that before.
No
I don't. Yeah, he's way
excuses,
off on that.
Accept
Christie is not.
responsibility.
He may be an
And
eggplant,
that
but
is
he's not
exactly what Donald Trump
Trump plant.
emphasizes also. We don't have to make excuses for people. We have to level the playing field. We have to make sure that everybody has an opportunity. But what they do with that opportunity,
Yeah, Jacob, I hear
that's
you.
on them.
That's the point
That's
where
not the government's responsibility
people get to
make sure that
they start
everybody
thinking
has
everything
the
is
same
staged.
outcome.
It's because everything
And
is just
that's a
so
very important concept.
irrational.
And you hear people talking about
But hang in there. It's
the
not.
wealth gap.
Believe me, it really is that stupid.
There is a wealth gap between blacks and
There are
whites
definitely
in
things
this
that are
country.
staged, but usually has 3-letter
But it's
organization
not
behind it.
necessarily all due to color of one's skin. And I'll tell you why I say that. Nigerians who graduate, who come to this country, who emigrate here, Ghanaians who come here, they have black skin. Guess what? There's no wealth gap. But if you go into one of their homes, you will find that a bachelor's degree is the baseline. That's where you start. And there's tremendous emphasis on family. And if you take a traditional Black American family that has those same values, there's no wealth gap there either. And you know, the fact that my mother would not allow my brother and I to make excuses and pushed us academically, that's what really made a difference. Even though we were desperately poor, within one generation, we're not poor anymore, not by a long run. And it was because of those kinds of values that are pushed. That's what we have to get back to in America. And the Judeo-Christian values, what did they teach us about our relationship with each other? Love your neighbor. Not cancel your neighbor if they have a different yard sign or if they have a different belief from you. It's okay to have different beliefs. We can't allow the dividers to continue to make us believe that if we have different beliefs, we have to be enemies. We don't. I always say if two people believe the same thing about everything, one of them isn't necessary. And the fact of the matter is we're all necessary. We're all parts of this great nation. And I can tell you from experience, you actually learn more from somebody you disagree with than from somebody who agrees with you on everything. And what we have to do is learn how to have healthy conversations. Let's actually put the facts on the table. And you know, I believe that you can take the most radical left-wing person and the most radical right-wing person, and they're going to agree on 90% of stuff. But our media and the dividers seize upon the things that they don't agree on. And they try to water those and grow those and make those into the biggest issues that they can use to drive wedges between us. We are not enemies. W-A-N-E, Wayne. Remember that. We are not enemies. And the way that we became great is our sense of community. In the early days of this country, there were communities right here in Iowa, 25 families, 50, 75, 100 families, that's it. No other communities for many miles. And yet, not only did they survive, but they thrived. Why? In many cases, they could barely speak to each other. They were from different countries. They spoke different languages, but they understood the concept of the common good. If you look back at a lot of the founding documents of our country, you'll see that phrase a lot. The common good. What works for all of us? And in those communities, if it was harvest time and somebody fell and broke their arm, broke their leg, everybody else harvested their crops. There were no questions asked. It didn't matter what your political affiliation or your religion was. You were my neighbor and you needed help.
There you go.
and we would help each other. We have to get back to understanding in America, we are neighbors, we are friends, we are colleagues, and most importantly,
Yep, I agree with
we
that.
are Americans.
Yep.
And we can't be divided.
It's people like Ben Carson and Brennan Tatum that are out there talking to the Black community and others, getting that message across. That's why they're so important. That's why they're doing the good work. Someone was giving Tatum a hard time today because he was a police officer. Like, give me a break, dude. Seriously. That doesn't make you a shill. It doesn't make you anything of the sort. Matrox 2. Trump is at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. It'll be coming on very shortly. In fact, we're about a few minutes away from just jumping over to Rumble and X exclusively. To Wolfram and Mimsy, and I know Lex already has an account over there. Let's see who else. Bellarex, hopefully you have an account over there if you're still with us. Let's see. I think everybody else I've seen it in the chat so far today on YouTube, I know has a Rumble account. The link is pinned in the comments or in the description, and it's pinned in the chat. And so we'll be heading over there very shortly. Very shortly. But yeah, that's why these guys are important, because they actually are. They're speaking. People will actually listen to them in the Black community, and the more and more they make sense, the more and more they're like, well, you know, the last thing they want to do is figure out they've been conned, right? The more and more they start being examples of success and what works out right. Hey, Snafu, how you doing? The right way to live. That's going to make a better world for everybody. They don't want to live in that violence. They don't want to live in that, you know, in the way they have to live. And then when they have people that are there telling them to blame these people, what more do they know? They have to be worked their way out of that by seeing success. And no, it's going to start at 9. Town Hall starts at 9 p.m. Scrolling there at the bottom. I'm keeping an eye on it over here. It's not started yet. I got it up on my other screen here. They better not keep hitting me with ads the whole time. Oh, there we go. Much better. Yeah, I don't understand, Jacob. I don't understand the Tatum hate, dude. The guy's doing everything right. In fact, tomorrow night on Repairing History Together, I'm going to talk about what he's doing in terms of his new platform he's developed. And I just said, as a YouTuber or as a streamer, I should say, let's stop using that word YouTuber or saying streamer. He's doing everything right. You know, who's he betraying? You know, who's he selling out to? I know we can't all agree on everything. Let's put it that way. But what's his work look like, right? Well, he's trying to get Black people to stop thinking of themselves as victims. He's trying to stomp out CRT. He's trying to inspire family values. He's trying to inspire the nuclear family. I mean, he's trying to call out the bad actors in the world. You know, we gotta stop. Especially look at it like this, right? Somebody on the left or whatever, the establishment side, they do something horrifying or they do something wrong. That whole side will sit there and stand up for the wrongness that they did, and that's not right. However, the little minor criticisms and critiques and the little jabs, oh, I don't like this guy, I don't like that guy. We are highly critical on the anti-establishment side, on the other side, the right side. There's the criticalness is like too much. It's like at some point we got to realize, hey, look, not everybody is there yet. Not everybody's all the way there yet. Some people are on the way there. We can't isolate them and kick them to the curb when they have the right intent, right? They're working towards the right things. They'll learn as they go. They'll get better as they grow. And that's the ideal situation. And that's the kind of people you want. That's the kind of people that you want. You know, because they're gonna rather know the truth than be right, and that's what it comes down to. And I don't see anything devious about Tatum at all. And I've been watching him for years. In fact, if there were more Tim out there doing what he did, you know, that's what I was trying to talk to Gary Lamb about, which he just never could get because I think he was just jealous of his success or something. But it was like, that's the way you do it because this is what's going to make a difference generationally, right? Someone like him being someone that's looked up to, someone like Big Carson being someone that's looked up to, rather than oh shit, so that's up, rather than the BLMs and the celebrities and the rappers and all the people that are just dragging that society down, right? They're the ones who have been the mouthpieces. They're the ones who've been the ones that are looked up to, and you know, we got 3 minutes. Okay, I'll switch over here. Let me stop. Pause this for a second. So I want to see this. Let's stop presenting this. Start presenting this. All right. So we're talking about Christy today. Christy caught a hot mic. I mean, look, she spent $68 million so far just on TV. Spent $68 million so far. 59 million by DeSantis, and we spent 12. I mean, who's punching above their weights and who's getting a return on their investment? You know, this is what,
you know, and she's going to get smoked. And you and I both know it. She's not up to this.
So, is Christy going to endorse who now?
I mean, that's the question because yesterday.
Yeah, so that was part of the Christy thing. Let me do this. Let's see. I'll do this. All right, guys. 2 minutes to go. I hope you guys. Hey, winning. Thank you for turning me into a redacted YouTube and Rumble channel. Is really easy. Could have yeah, redacted. I'm 50% on, man. Like, you know, they're 50% on. Like, I like the coverage of the global stuff, but I think their conspiracy stuff is not researched well. You know, they're just spouting off things from documentaries from 20 years ago, 10 years ago. Was not very impressed with their 9/11 coverage, but you know, as far as, you know, tuning into WF, things that are like right out there that you can't have to speculate on, that are just right in front of your face, they're okay for that. I wouldn't put them high on my list. They're just still on it for now. All right, guys. So it's that time. We're going to go over where freedom reigns and where we have no issues. And so I will see you guys on the Rumble side. Thank you guys for being here on YouTube. Please go over to Rumble and join us there because that's where we are headed. YouTube, go F yourself.
Man, everyone's tensed up for a Rumble.